Don't fuck Hong Kong. Free Tibet. Stop Uyghur genocide. Free China. Free Southern Mongolia. Stand with Taiwan. Slava Ukraini. It's a pleasure and a privilege to join you once again at this very important demonstration. I believe this is the 5th time that we have come together to say a mega no to China's proposed mega embassy. I had the privilege of being with you on the first 2 demonstrations at the Royal Mint Court. I was not able to be with you in person on the last 2, but I'm glad to be with you again in person today. And this demonstration today is, as many of you will know, incredibly timely. Many of you will have seen in our newspapers today that China has refused the request from the Deputy Prime Minister, Angela Rayner, to provide information on the redacted plans for this new embassy. It's obvious to me that if they refuse to provide such information, they have something to hide. Those redacted plans would not be a cinema. They would not be a snooker room. They would not be a room... Oh, both together. They would not be a room for a ping pong table. They would not be a banqueting hall. In my view, those redacted plans indicate rooms that they intend to use as a torture chamber, as a spy center, as a room for cyber attacks and hacking, as a room to coordinate transnational repression, as a room from which they will tap into the wires, the many wires that go underneath that building from our 2 financial centres, the City of London and Canary Wharf. And so it is obvious that for that reason alone, if they refuse to provide information on those redacted plans, Angela Rayner should say no immediately. I welcome the fact that the government has delayed, because delay is better than saying yes. But to be honest, there is no need to delay any further. She could and she should make a decision today, right now, in response to our voices here today, to say immediately no to China. And besides the redacted plans, there are so many other reasons to say no. Firstly, that building, the old Royal Mint Court, is a historic building in our national heritage. And within it, there is a historic abbey, or at least the site of a historic abbey. And if these plans go ahead, if China builds its embassy there, anyone who is interested in ancient British history, or religion, or heritage, or culture, will either no longer be able to visit that site, or if they do, they will have to have China's permission to do so. Secondly, that site is right next to the iconic Tower of London and Tower Bridge, 2 of the greatest symbols of this great city of London. That is a building that is part of our heritage, so we should not be surrendering it to the Chinese Communist Party. Thirdly, the plans to build an embassy there threaten our national security and our values. Already, there have been so many examples perhaps many in this crowd have experienced, of China's transnational repression. Many people in this crowd here today, and many others who aren't with us, came to this country for freedom and safety. Hong Kongers, Tibetans, Uyghurs, Chinese dissidents, people from Myanmar and North Korea and Ukraine came to this country for freedom, peace and security. And the Chinese Communist Party directly threatens your freedom and security. And this mega embassy will threaten it even more. But not only for the diaspora communities, for people like me, for British people who are critics of the Chinese Communist Party. We experience threats from the Chinese Communist Party, and this mega embassy will only increase that. It is an attack on our values of freedom, to give this building to the Chinese Communist Party. So I say to Angela Rayner, don't surrender our national security, don't compromise our values, stand up for our freedoms, stand up for the diaspora communities, and stand up for British citizens and for our security and our freedom. And I want to acknowledge one last reason why this embassy should not be approved. The Royal Mint Court is home to a significant number of local residents of Tower Hamlets. They have their apartments there, that is their home. And if this embassy goes ahead, they will either be evicted or they will find themselves resident in the People's Republic of China. They thought they were residents of Tower Hamlets, but then suddenly their landlord will be the People's Republic of China. And that is an outrageous injustice. So Angela Rayner should stand up for the local residents of Tower Hamlets, she should stand up for the diaspora community, she should stand up for British people, she should stand up for our security and our values and say a mega no to this mega spy base and this mega embassy. And I want to end with one last point. I had thought until today that this might be the last protest, the fifth protest, but perhaps the last. Now that the government has delayed the decision, and unless Angela Rayner makes a decision in the next few days, I suggest that we get ready to protest again before the final deadline that she's moved it to in October. And we should protest in large numbers, and we should continue to protest. We should not give up this struggle, because this is a struggle not just about a building, not just about an embassy. It's a struggle for the freedom and security of all of you, of so many other people in this country, and of this very country itself. And so Angela Rayner, once again, we say no to China today. Don't delay, reject this mega embassy now. Thank you. Gong Fu Kong Gong, Si Dai Gat Rin.